All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ricky's podcast. Today we are sponsored by nobody. So if you'd like a chance to win nothing, just go down to the link that isn't there in the description below and enter for your chance to win zero things. We're back. Number 3. We are officially a series. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully these things get better over time, because the beginning's always just awkward. I don't know. Looking at the old analytics for YouTube for those last 2 podcasts, going strong, man. Going strong. Got a whole 2 views on the first one. That's right, 2 views and 1 like. 1 like that was from me. So, yeah, I'd say we're doing pretty well, man. It's going good. Keep up this pace and we might, I don't know, maybe we'll get 10 views by episode 50, Who can tell? It's pretty crazy. But yeah, here we are. Number 3. Kicking it up. Making it right. Yes, sir. I had I don't know. I don't necessarily like to rant and talk smack, but dude, man, the U of A. I got some beef with the U of A, man. This happened a while ago, like a few weeks ago before school started, but I'm still salty over it, I come in and I just imagine being a kid at the U of A. Imagine, you're just going in, flying by the seat of your pants, and it's just, you got to pay for tuition, whatever that is for you, which is already quite a bit. And then, coronavirus hits and everything shuts down. None of the classes are in person. Except for, I've got what is it? I got ensembles, because, music major, man, whoop whoop. I got ensembles that have to meet in person, which means I still have to actually go to the U of A, which means I gotta get a parking pass. And so I go to get the parking pass, and I don't know what I was expecting, really. You better believe that the university will give you absolutely zero breaks at every opportunity, man. But yeah, still full price, man. 500 bones for I think it is the cheapest spot there. $500, man. Imagine $500 for a parking spot. I don't know how they do it, man. It's got to be some kind of voodoo magic that they pull to get people to pay just an exorbitant amount of money for something that they don't even like. They don't even like to do it. It's this thing I always felt, man. Who actually enjoys the class aspect of college? Because the career is fun if you get the right, if you're in the right career, man. The career's, in your career you can have a lot of fun. It's great, but the classes I don't think they're representative at all of what your career is actually going to be like. Because, it's all learning and it's all grades. Unless you're like a chef or something, who's giving you a grade for the work you do? It's either you do it good or you don't, But yeah, man. Man, I felt it, man. I felt it just dropping my credit card information for that parking spot, man. Felt the hand of the university just up my ass, man. Just playing me like a fiddle, man. Crazy. So I'm a bit salty about that. But man, yeah, it's pretty bull. I don't know how they do it. Don't know how they get the food to be so bad either. You go, that stuff on University Boulevard is fine, but the student union, you go into the student union and all the restaurants in there are they're no bueno. I don't know how, dude, I went to the Panda Express in the student union twice, and both times I got food poisoning. Both times. 100% of the time I went to that Panda Express, food poisoning, man. And I've been to other Panda Expresses. I mean, I don't go there often, but I've been to other Panda Expresses. Nothing gets me sick. It's just the one in the student union. I don't know. I think I was talking to somebody who worked at the Panda Express in the student union. And I think he said, yeah, that their health code is just so lax, I guess. I don't know why, but I don't know. This thing about being a college student, man, you're brand new adults, so, nobody cares. Nobody cares if you get poisoned. Because imagine, man, if there was an elementary school, man, if your elementary school was poisoning kids in the cafeteria and, like, all the kids were getting sick off your food, there would be some serious outrage. But, when it's adults, though, who cares? I guess, they're 20 years old, 19, 20, 21 years old, they're going to live forever. So just, who cares? I don't know. I don't know how we got there, man. I don't know what it is. I also wonder, man, I mean, I feel like it's obvious. Everybody always talks about it, but, I always wondered how tuition got to be so expensive. I mean, where's the money going? Don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but I just don't know where my money goes. Does it go to the teachers? The professors? Is that what our like 10,000 a semester goes to? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Not to mention the parking pass. I mean, paying for parking, $500 a semester or a year. I forget which one, but either one is pretty bad. And either way, I mean, you better believe, that's just going to go to the school. Because I know they're not using it to maintain the space or the roads. They're just like any other road. So it's just, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, man. I don't work for a university, so I couldn't tell you where the money goes. But it's interesting to think about anyways, And I know it's pretty stereotypical, you got a young person in here just, all peeved about how expensive college is and everything, but it's true, man. It's true. It's one thing I always believed, man. Yeah, I don't know. I always felt like this, just like schools in general, man. I don't know how we got to the curriculum that we got, but it's really not representative of what real life is. Because I remember just, high school learning all the geometry and like sine and cosine and, solving equations. Like, unless you're an engineer or something, I mean, when are you ever going to use, and again, stereotypical to be like, oh, when are you ever going to use this? But actually, when are you ever going to use this? But it wouldn't be so bad if they just actually taught some stuff that you would actually want to know. You could have used that math to, I don't know, balance a checkbook or something, or learn how checkbooks even work. You just got to hope and pray that your parents know how it works and, care enough to tell you about it. I mean, otherwise you're screwed. I don't even know how you figure it out if you I mean, I guess there's kind of, sort of, you can figure it out, but I don't know, that, they don't prepare you really for any of the, oh, there you go, hard P. They don't really prepare you really for, like, the type of bills you're going to want to pay. They kind of did. I remember that they had Freshman Success Academy when I was a kid, and it was basically just, it tried to prepare you for what real life was going to be like, but, it was, first of all, it was freshman year. I mean, honestly, they couldn't have picked the worst year to try to force all this stuff on you. You're a freshman in high school. You're just trying to deal with, the universe that you now live in. It's high school. You graduate from middle school. I mean, from most people I know, middle school is like the worst time of their lives. And you show up in high school, and it's a brand new environment again. And then now all of a sudden, oh, also you got to deal with what you're going to be like when you graduate. how old is a kid when they get in freshman year? I don't know. What is it? Like, let's see, 17, 16, 15, 14 years old or something? 14, 15 years old when you're a freshman in high school? 14, any adults out there, man, listening, imagine yourself 14 years old trying to live on your own, son. Just, just, or just, trying to deal with, all that stuff, trying to pick your career. I mean, I know some people know what they're going to do at 14 years old, but I would venture to say most people don't. But that's what Freshman Success Academy was all about, man. Just like, yeah, pick your career so that we can, train you for that. But you're 14 years old, man. Your brain can't even handle, your brain can't even handle sine and cosine. How are you going to handle being able to live, pick what you want to do with your life forever, But I don't know, man. I feel like if we're doing that, it's got to be later, man. I don't know. I don't want to keep people in school for longer than they have to. But part of me feels like it might be beneficial to just add a couple more years. And just have those last either 1 or 2 years, and just have those last 1 or 2 just be all about you living on your own, or living as an adult. Because, I'm going to college, but a lot of folks don't go to college. What are those guys supposed to do? What happens to the kids that, that they get, shite grades when they're in high school because they were 14, 15, 16 years old, and they can't, they have no sense of, responsibility, so they graduate with all like C's and D's, and you just toss them out to the world. They can't get into a college, definitely. They might be able to get into community college, but what are they, But they're not going to go to community college, man. I mean, they didn't do well in high school. What are you supposed to do? I don't know. I hear trade school is pretty cool. I don't know. I've heard folks say that that's what you're supposed to, or that's the big thing now, trade school. You can go be like a plumber or a carpenter or something, make a good living. Everybody wants to be the doctor or the lawyer or the astronaut, but who wants to be a plumber, man? Or, who wants to be a carpenter? Maybe that'll be the new jobs of the future, Because I get the feeling that, like, doctors could become obsolete, You can make robots that do what doctors do, I would assume. Just, like, have the vast computer of all diagnoses. And maybe you just have, like, 1 or 2 to make judgment calls. But I feel like doctors could be phased out eventually. We'll see, but that's what I'm kind of saying. I don't know, lawyers could probably stay. There's a bit of creativity in being a lawyer. They'll probably stick around for a while. But I don't know. Could they make a robot like a robot plumber or a robot carpenter? Probably. Probably could happen. So I don't know. I wonder when is technology going to catch up here to where like almost all of the jobs we had were like are now obsolete, Like when is that going to come? What, the next, 20, 50, 100 years, I mean, 2050, man. I mean, I might live to see that, so I don't know. I wonder what they're going to get rid of next. I wonder what they're going to make a robot for. I don't know. I feel like carpenters, their time is kind of coming up. I was talking to my optometrist a while ago. He says that they're making a robot optometrist, that they basically just do the same thing an optometrist does, but they're robots, Which honestly, think about what an optometrist does. I mean, they put the little mask thing on you, 1 or 2, better or worse, That's their whole deal. So, I don't know. You could definitely make a robot that does that. I don't know what else goes into it, but, But yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Apparently optometrists, man, like their job's gonna, it's not doing so well. Not doing so hot. But, robots, man, that's whack. It's pretty whack. I wonder how people even thought about robots. You know, who thought to like make chips to like and like power through electricity to, make a robot? I don't know. Seems like a pretty random thing to think about. But, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy the world, man. Pretty whack, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm just not realizing, man, I gotta get a pop filter. I'm hitting too many P's and they're like just going directly into the mic. So, yeah, rest in peace, man, to headphones users for this one, but man, yeah, I gotta get a pop filter. I'm a poor boy. I don't know if I want to get a legit one. I don't know how much equipment I want to get, because right now all I have is this mic, a Yeti microphone, just plugged into a computer here, and that's all I got really. Mic, computer, earphones, I guess, to plug myself in. But I don't know what else I want to get. I've been seeing some stuff on YouTube for like developing podcasts, and they have all kinds of like boom arms and like pop filters and all kinds of wireless whatevers, dongles, which I mean is pretty useful dongles in just a general sense, but they're just fun to say. I don't know, I'm weird, I don't know, I'm crazy, this, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to get a legit pop filter or if I want to get just make a ghetto one, just get like a pair of pantyhose and just stretch them across like one of those sewing things. I don't know. I don't know how much they are. I don't know. Here we go. Get some of that fan interaction, man. Comment down below, man. What's the best pop filter? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've got to do my periodic YouTuber thing to remember, folks. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Second reminder, subscribe. Because this will be coming out. I don't know, it might be at least a weekly thing, I think. I'm going to go for weekly. But it'll be cool, Just chill out on a nice, weekend and just, listen to my beautiful, sexy voice just lull you into a sense of security, I don't know. ASMR channel might be coming. Probably not. But, yeah. Was it like, subscribe, comment, I guess? I guess comments are pretty cool. I'm gonna see if I can, that'll be my end goal, just to see if I can get to the cusp of monetization. I looked into it. It's like, what do you need? It's like 1,000 subscribers and something like 1,000 or like 10,000 or something hours of watch time. I don't know. We could smash that, What are we up to right now? So we got 2 subscribers and something like 16 hours of watch time. So, yeah, we're on our way. We could get there, within the year, man. I can feel it. We're going to make it. So, yeah, technology's pretty whack. We've talked about animals for the past 2 podcasts. So I don't know how you guys feel about those conversations. I don't know. I'm still interested about the whole monkey experiments, man. Yeah, there you go. More fan interaction. Comment your favorite monkey experiment. We'll get there. I like the kind of the cool ones, the sexy ones. Just because you take something like Jane Goodall, just chilling with monkeys, and it's pretty cool, but like I don't know, not too like crazy. You're just kind of sitting there observing them becoming one of them, which is interesting, but, nothing like bananas going on, if you'll pardon the pun. But yeah, crazy stuff. All right, here we go. Another water. Water. Yeah, that's going to be my thing. Oh, yeah, my co host, the world's most creaky chair, is also here. I don't know how it got to be so creaky, man. I don't know. Just developed over time. I might need to, I don't know, oil, WD-40, whatever it is people use on this thing. Maybe. But, I don't know. It's kind of a bit of a conversation starter, just having the world's most creaky chair. So, I don't know. Comment down below. Should the creaky chair stay or go? Yeah. Getting all the comments. I don't know. I don't know if I want to, how I want to market this bad boy. I don't know if I should go for, go for the social medias. And if so, which ones? I'm starting to kind of fall out of favor with Facebook, man. I don't know. The Facebook, every time I go in, it always just depresses me. Because it's always just old people, posting their just old as hell memes. I don't know. I don't want to, it just makes me sad watching my teacher from high school just, dropping some, political memes. There's rarely ever anything original, I find. Every time I go there, it's all reposts. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how it got to be the way it is. Everything's a repost. Facebook, I feel like, it's the extreme social media. You either get into an area where it's all just reposts and just, bullshit memes, or, you get, like, actual stuff, like, so-and-so is getting married or having a baby, interesting stuff. I don't know who uses Facebook anymore. Do the kids still use Facebook? And if not, what social media is they on? They on Instagram? Because Instagram's owned by Facebook now, so I feel like Instagram's on its way out. Twitter, I guess, is still kicking it. I don't know how popular that is, but I don't know. I got a Twitter account semi recently. I barely used it. I've got like a song up there. So if you guys want to listen to some music, there's a singular song up there. So I don't know. Maybe I'll market this on Twitter too, just to, because I've got something like just 5 people following me. So all my 5 followers can, it'll pop up on their feed. That's the thing about Twitter. How does the Twitter feed actually work? Because I get on there and I got my people who I'm following, who I know who I'm following. But like almost all of the things in my Twitter feed are not from people I'm following. So what's that all about? Is it like just people who they think you might like? Because what always winds up happening is that the people who I want to follow and who I am following, they always get drowned out in the noise of just, I don't know. It seems like it's all political stuff. Just like, it's always like, oh, Donald Trump, Nancy Pelosi done this and all that, And, I'm not one of those people who hates talking about politics. I can enjoy a good politics talk every now and again. But, like, I think everybody's like, yes, sometimes I need a break, Everywhere you go, it's all about politics. Sometimes you just want to chill out, see what your friend from high school is doing, But I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, so if I ever want to know what somebody's up to, I just have to legit just click on their profile and just stalk them that way. Which is much less convenient, man. That's something I do give credit to at least Instagram and like Facebook to an extent for, is that at least the things that pop up on your feed are from people you follow / friended, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how it works. I guess they got to give you a good sized feed, because the thing that happens about Instagram is that I follow so few people that, it just winds up being, the same two folks, and then it's just that's it. That's the end of your feed. And at least because I noticed that Instagram, they give you the suggested posts, but at least it warns you ahead of time, and it gives you the stuff you actually want to see first. Because the things you follow are at the very top, and then you scroll down a bit, you run out of stuff, and it's like, okay, here's some stuff we think you might like. So at least it has that, but Twitter just doesn't even warn you. I don't know, it's weird. I feel like we need to get a new social media platform that's big. Because I know they're out there, but we need like a big one, something to get big. We need like a new Twitter. That's like, I don't know. It's my ideas for the revolution, man. Just get a new social media. I'd do it. Just take all my friends, move over to a new social media, just be ours. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Mark Zuckerberg this bad boy and just make my own social media. And then only my friends will be on it. None of them. I don't know. Anywho, so that happened. Went on for a bit, had a good streak going. Just, a good old-fashioned rant. But, I don't know, what should I talk about, man? What do I like talking about? This is the thing, man. This has got to be the most unnatural thing ever. To have a podcast where it's just you, just talking. People were definitely not designed to be able to talk nonstop for an hour straight. And, I've got massive respect for people who can not only do it, but also do it and make it interesting. I mean, I don't know how interesting this is to other people, there's parts of it where I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. But, I don't know how other people view it. I don't know. Maybe I should just take the plunge. Market this bad boy on social media. See who sees it, Because at least maybe one person's going to see it. One person's going to look at it. I know my boy, Justin, my broski, he's always been supportive about all the crazy shit I do, but, I don't know, maybe I should get some more people on board, take a look at it, see what they think, these are like, each one of these is an hour out of my life, might as well go to somebody, maybe somebody will enjoy it, who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now. Man, I really want to do a lot more of these, and I want to get a guest on. I want to get guests, Because talking by myself, it's chill. I'm just here, just, at my desk, just me and a microphone, and just talking, and it's pretty chill. But, I feel like a lot of the great stuff I like to listen to, it's always just conversations, man. That's the thing about antisocial people like me, man. Is that we like the podcasts because it's like having a conversation with other people, but you don't even have to contribute, and you don't even have to leave your house. You can just sit at home in your pajamas while you're doing your, I don't know, chemistry homework. Just, chilling with some good guys and gals, and other things in between. Just, just chilling. So yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I might get on the social medias, man. I could never get into social media. I don't know what it is. I've got a relatively addictive personality, Like I kind of get into this kind of honeymoon phase where, I start something and I just get obsessed and I want to do it more and more and more. And then, eventually I'll fall out with it. But I don't know, social media, man. Like there'd be times when I'd be like, oh, I'm going to post more because, I don't know, I guess people want to see how I'm doing or something. But, I'd always just get bored with it. I don't know. Maybe social media is one of those things. It only works if you have just a ton of followers slash I don't know, friends. People who can comment on your video or comment on your stuff. Because then you get that dialogue going, a little bit of back and forth. You know, keeping up with all your friends from high school and elementary school and old work. But I don't know. I post something, it gets some healthy likes, from the amount of people I know. But the comments are pretty sparse, and it's just like, I just post it, it's there, and it just lives there. Nothing new ever comes out of it. So I just kind of lost interest. Like I remember my first social media was Facebook, as was most people's, I would assume. Man, that was a trippy story, man. I first got Facebook, I think either a sophomore or a junior in high school. I first got my Facebook. And dude, I put in all my info, whatever it is they ask for. I think it's like your name. Well, yeah, your name, of course. I think they want like a phone number and stuff. But I put that all in. And then dude, like when Facebook, I don't know how they'd know, but they just somehow knew who all my friends were. I mean, I don't know how they could have known that. I don't know, I got some contacts in my phone, but those are only a couple people. But yeah, I don't know. I always tell the story of like, yeah, when I first logged into my Facebook and saw that all my suggested friends were like all of my friends just like in order. Yeah, I vomited, man. I actually just threw up in the toilet. Because also at that time I was just really shy and really just really antisocial, really kind of, wanted to be kind of reclusive, really wanted to be private to myself. So, when you figure out that this giant corporation, knows who you are, knows who all your friends are, I don't know, I guess it was just kind of too much to handle, man. I don't know. It was crazy, but I kind of learned to deal with it. Now I've kind of gone the opposite. I kind of don't care anymore. People spying on you and such. I know I should. Everybody else does. Everybody's like afraid that the Facebook or other corporations or the government's watching you. They're keeping their tabs on you. They know who your friends are. They know who you talk to. They know what you spend your money on. They're tracking just everything you do. And honestly, I mean, let's be real, man. They totally do. I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, so they definitely know everything. It's more or less proven, I feel, at this point, especially when it comes to these companies, Because everybody's got the story of when, they'll be talking about something and just mention, like, pipe cleaners or whatever. And then all of a sudden they get ads up the ass for pipe cleaners. So, I feel like it's more or less proven at this point that they definitely, track your info. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I mean, nothing I do matters in the sense of, like, people needing to, like, I don't have anything to hide, But that's not really the point, I don't know. But I guess because it doesn't affect me personally, I don't really feel too strongly about it. But, I don't know. Maybe I should. Yeah, comment down below. Should I be more worried that people have all my information and stuff? I don't know. Man, imagine being a hacker in this day and time, man. It must be so easy. Because everybody's, even if you're like totally tech savvy and you got all the stuff all good, I mean, if you're a good enough hacker and you got the good, I don't know, programs or whatever it is they use, it's like free money, man. Just hack in and bada bing, bada boom. Everybody's got their credit card information online. You know, everybody, you pay, you go into, you got your like Chipotle app to get your burrito. And, you know, they could definitely take that. I remember having my introduction to software in my sophomore year of high school, and he always said that that when it comes to these hackers, man, it's not really the companies. They're not gonna hack into those, but it's you, man. Your phone. Your phone is so vulnerable, you know, because it's just you. I mean, these companies can hire all of these, groups to, like they got those. I know that they could put like bounties to, hack our stuff, and we'll give you some money. And they have all these, things to safeguard against hacking. But what does your phone have? All it has is some, some Facebook memes from freshman year of high school. What are those gonna do against, Igor Vladimir Nabokov over in, Ukraine or whatever, hacking your thing, I don't know. I'm surprised that hacking doesn't happen more often, honestly. But I don't know. One thing that's a good thing, because, everybody likes to shit on banks, which I get. They take your money just at every opportunity. Think about all the times you had just to pay a ton of money in your life. You got to buy your house. The bank's like, oh, how do you do, man? Yeah, we'll give you some money, but you got to pay it back with some exorbitant amount of interest. Get your student loans. Also, the bank's like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll help you out if you help us out, And it always feels, just a little unfair. So yeah, I mean, kind of understandably, everybody likes to rag on banks, but one thing I will say, and really, I guess it's not necessarily a bank thing; it's more of a government thing. But I remember, man, back in like the old, like Great Depression, when when banks would go under, and just these people would just lose all their money. Imagine that shit going down today, man. Just you go to your Vantage West and they go under, and all of a sudden, oh, sorry, pal, you picked the wrong bank. Yeah, your money is gone. It's an actual South Park meme, and it's gone. Or the Wild West, all those bank robberies. You better believe that they aren't paying those citizens back for the money they lost. So I don't know, maybe they did. I don't know, but it's nice. Everybody likes to talk smack about the government bailing out all these huge banks, which I don't know, because my understanding is the reason they did that is so that people don't lose their money when banks go bankrupt. But yeah, naturally, I feel like there must be some manner of consequence if you have to be bailed out like that. If you're a big bank, if I don't know, Bank of America goes bankrupt tomorrow, and the government has to bail them out and give their money back to all their customers. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something like you can't bank for another 5 years or something, or you have to come under a different name or whatever it is. I don't know, or it has to be run by a different person. I don't know. But I feel like there's got to be something. I don't know. Maybe there is. I'm not a lawyer. I don't look into it too closely. But this is just what I think. That goes true for everything I say here. I'm not an expert on like anything. So everything I say, you should probably look it up to confirm that it's real. Because I just say things sometimes, man. Man. What do we got? What else? What else? We're back to the what else. Can't think of anything to say. We're 40 minutes in. Yeah, those first 40 minutes went by pretty fast. I think I'm actually getting better at this. I think. I don't know. I listened to the first podcast. I did listen to a little bit of the first podcast, and man, some spots, man, got pretty questionable. Mostly it's a lot of the silences, I feel like. The silences. I also listened to a bit the second one, and dude, my chair was just losing its mind. The second podcast. I don't know what happened. Yeah. I'm looking at my books here. I'm thinking of what to read for fun next. Because I'm reading Dune with, again, shout out, my boy Justin. Always a bro. But I'm reading Dune, and we're nearing the end. And I think we planned it out, so the book's gonna be over in 2 weeks. Which means I need to find something else to read, and I don't know what else to read. I don't know if I want to start a new book club with him on a different book. I don't know if we'd want to expand it, get some more folks involved. I don't know. If you're a person who's not Justin listening to this podcast, comment down below, man. You want to join our book club? Or at the very least, my book club. He might not want to do it, but my book club at the very least. Yeah, I want to start a little bit of a book club, read some good stuff. Dune was a bit of an exception for me because I usually don't read like the science fiction, fantasy, mysteries, anything like that, man. Like don't mean to be all pretentious on y'all, but I tend to like the classics, your what is it? What have I read, well, especially postmodern, I will say. Your Kurt Vonnegut, Thomas Pynchon, my favorite author, and as some of you cultured gangsters might know, the face of this podcast. He's my favorite author of all time, Thomas Pynchon. Check him out. He's great. Thomas Pynchon, Tom Robbins, or either Tom or Tim Robbins. What was it? Tom Robbins. Yeah, I can see one of his books on my shelf here. I want to read some one of his books. My old English teacher, shout out Mary Romero, or better known as Miss Romero. Yeah, man, she gave me the recommendation to read some Tom Robbins. I haven't gotten too far. I started reading Even Cowgirls Get the Blues, and it's really good so far, man. But also, that's also coming off of, because I also started reading Tropic of Cancer by, what was his name? Henry Miller? Reading Tropic of Cancer, and dude, I don't know, man. I'm really not enjoying it. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. It's because it's boring as hell. But yeah, it's the same. It's like Dune, but times a million. Just nothing happens. And I know that's the point, and it's just supposed to be this dude living in Paris, just living his life, doing his things. But I think the reason why it was notable back in the day is that because of how controversial it was, because it's got all kinds of, drugs and sex and all that stuff. But compared to the stuff that's come out since then, I mean, it just really doesn't compare. So all it is just a book that feels like it's trying to be edgy for no apparent reason, but it has nothing else to back it up. Because that's the thing I always felt, man. Because you take, you Thomas Pynchon, man, my favorite, my boy. He gets really messed up, dude. You read some of those segments of Gravity's Rainbow, just, like I've heard it described before, another YouTube man, my boy, again, I don't know him, but I watch his channel, the guy called The Book Chemist. I watch his stuff, and he just reviews all kinds of books, but he described Gravity's Rainbow, man. It's just walking through running through a maze, and the walls, the ceiling, the floor is just all plastered with pornography, but not the cute, sexy kind, but like the really messed up kind, and you just have to run through it and try to find the exit, man. And honestly, some parts, man, yeah, they kind of get like that, That was the reason why it didn't win the National Book Award, if I recall, It was gonna win, but it got, maybe it wasn't the National, it might have been the Pulitzer, because I think it did win the National Book Award, and then I think maybe the Pulitzer it did not win, because, people took issue with how sexual it is, which, I mean, I don't know, I'm not like that, I don't mind, I can deal with it, now, of course, favorite author, I can deal with it. But I understand that not everybody likes that. You know, I understand people like to read books to feel good about themselves. Not everybody likes to read a book and just feel terrible and like ashamed in humanity. I don't know. Cormac McCarthy's pretty great. Yeah, man. Yeah, again, another shout out. My boy Justin again. He finally finished No Country for Old Men. Very proud of him. Very proud of him. I didn't think he would do it, honestly, if I'm being real. I didn't think he'd finish it. But he did, apparently. But man, that was one book I wish we could have started our book club sooner so that we could have read that one together. Because that was a good book, man. Fantastic. If anybody's ever was ever curious or you're looking for a good book, man, No Country for Old Men, absolute classic. It's got a movie too, so if you're into that, the movie's also a classic. The Coen brothers, always just total gangsters. The Road was also pretty cool. Cormac McCarthy's The Road. I like that one. Man, I don't know. Which one do I enjoy more? The Road or No Country for Old Men? Might be No Country for Old Men, honestly. I think The Road is more, gets more hype, I think, as a book. I think. But, No Country for Old Men, I think it's where it's at. He's not into punctuation all too much, so if that peeves you, oh well. I mean, you get to deal with it after a while, but it is a bit off. It's good to know about it, I think, before you go in, that there's going to be no punctuation, so that you can at least be prepared for it. But yeah, man, books are so cool. So cool. I wish I had more time to read. Everything's just so go, 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 man. Just every day. Not to bring back a dead meme, but man, it really is every day, bro. Just, it's all school work. I work over at the Wheeler Taft Abbott Library. Yeah, I don't mean to out myself. Yeah, but honestly, who's listening to this? 47 minutes into the podcast, who's actually listening to this stuff, man? So yeah, that's a pretty cool gig, man. Library jobs, I mean, of course it depends on who you work with, but as long as your people you work with are at least reasonable, it's a pretty cool job. Very cool. It's chilled out, it's quiet, it's pretty peaceful. You're just shelving books, shelf reading, sometimes. We're in kind of a lockdown, so nobody can get into the library. So you just gotta, so now we pick up people's holds, and now we've got our curbside pickup going. It's pretty nice gig, man, I will say. Library, man. Yeah, if you're working in a fast food, like McDonald's or something, and you're looking to take a step up, man, go for a library position, I will say. If you're into it, man, library, super cool job. The pay is like 50 cents above minimum wage, so at least we've got that going for us. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Become a page, man. Become a page today. Enlist in the army, I'm your library recruiter. So anywho, yeah, that's that. That kind of face planted pretty quickly. What was I even talking about? I was talking about books. I don't know. What I'm starting to get into now is graphic novels. Because they're a lot faster, of course, than books. So, it's nice. Been reading, read some Batman. Started with some Year One. I read Prey, The Killing Joke. Classics. Classic comic. Both Year One and The Killing Joke. What is it? Man Who Laughs. That's right. Let's see. I don't know. I read the first volume of Preacher. That's pretty cool so far. It's like it follows a preacher, as you could imagine, and he's just got the power to tell anybody. He tells somebody to do something and they have to do it. So but he's there. He's got his ex-girlfriend, a vampire, because why not? That pretty much sums up a lot of Preacher, man. Just like, yeah, there's a vampire, there's an immortal gunslinger, because why not? It's all chill. But yeah, I've only read volume 1, but so far, man, definitely recommend. Preacher's a cool series so far. Cool series. What else did I read? I don't know. My chair is creaking way too much, man. I don't know. I know I said in the first podcast that I wouldn't oil it, but maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe it won't be for a little bit, but it's on the table, so we'll see how it goes. Anywho, all right, what am I doing? What else is there to talk about, man? That's the thing, because I recorded 2 podcasts yesterday. Just solo podcasts. 2 in a row, just back to back. And then the next day, I'm here again, recording another one. So, I don't know what I don't know. Again, it's just the honeymoon stage with me. I'm really into it right now, so I'm going to keep it going, for as long as I want to. But I'm really feeling it, These are nice. I really like doing these, Just chill out. Just talk to the ether. I recommend it, man, for anybody. Just being able to just talk, Because therapy is way too expensive, man, to just talk to a person. So if you don't have any friends, start a podcast, I would say. What could go wrong? Start a podcast, start a YouTube channel, start making some, sick old videos. Make some music, Music, you gotta know, you gotta kind of get the feel for how to make music. But videos, everybody can make. Anybody can make a video. How long have you been talking? How old are you? How long have you been talking? What, your whole life pretty much. Really the only skills you gotta have is just be able to talk. Everything else will just come along the way, I'd assume. Of course, this is only the 3rd podcast. I'm really not in a position to give anybody advice about anything, but, really, I managed to make it through these. Their quality may or may not be questionable, but, they're out there at least. Hopefully somebody likes these. I do hope somebody out there likes them. I do at the very least hope that I'm just not just. I do hope at the very least I'm not just making these for my benefit, but that somebody out there finds some kind of value in this. So I don't know. Sometimes it feels like a conversation. Sometimes I feel like one of those crazy people that you always see leaving those audio logs. Like if you've ever played the game BioShock, you gotta wonder, man. These people, like the world is falling apart around them, but they still find the time to make some audio logs and just leave them places. I don't know where the logic goes there, but I don't know. It's kind of what I feel like. Hopefully somebody listens to this, though. It would be cool. Let me know. Yeah, we're almost there, man. We're almost there. It's 54 minutes. We're almost at our hour mark. And, I don't know. What else is there? Are there any housekeeping things that I should tell people? I don't know. I tried to... the first podcast... kind of try to make it a secret, because I didn't know if other people were going to watch this other than people I know. But now that I'm kind of gauging it kind of for myself, I kind of know that, only people who are going to listen to this podcast are people I know. So, what's the point of even pretending like I'm anybody else, right? So, yeah, you know, Ricky's podcast. It's still pretty crazy that I managed to get that name. I don't know. Well, I imagine that, they kind of let you have whatever name you want, but it's still pretty crazy. Ricky's podcast. But what's not good though, man? Ricky Gervais, because he's got a podcast apparently. So every time you look up Ricky's podcast, it always pulls up Ricky Gervais's podcast, which is a bit annoying because like the first few times I looked it up, I couldn't find it. So basically, it just adds like a little bit more hassle to trying to find my channel. So kind of sucks. I don't know if I should change the name of the channel. And if I do, I don't know what to change it to. That's the thing, man. Because you always look at, think of your favorite podcasts, you got ones that make sense, the Joe Rogan Experience, hosted by Joe Rogan. It's an experience, makes sense. But you look at I don't know, your mom's house, no indication on who runs it, who's hosting it, My brother and me. Who are the brothers, man? They're brothers, but who are they, man? I don't know who it is. You just gotta hope that it's, the people you're thinking of. That's the thing I always appreciate, man. When people name their podcasts after themselves, because then people actually know, Because you're on the street and you're talking about podcasts. Don't know why you are, but let's just say theoretically you're on the street talking about podcasts. But you're not going to call it, I don't know whoever's podcast it is, You're not going to call it like Two Bears, One Cave. You're going to say it's, it's Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer's podcast, So that's why I always appreciate it when podcasts actually name it after themselves. So that's why I named it after myself. But yeah. Yeah, we're almost there, man. Almost the big leagues. Don't know how far I want to take this, but I gotta keep pushing it for just a few more minutes. We're almost there. Yeah, thank you guys. Anybody who's made it this far, you absolute lunatic. I don't know who would ever listen to this for a full hour. It's something that always makes me kind of laugh. That that you have the whole universe of podcasts out there. You could be listening to Joe Rogan. You could be listening to, Comedy Bang Bang. You could be listening to all kinds of, whatever you're interested in. You like history? They got all manner of history podcasts. You could be listening to Ricky Gervais's podcast, but instead you're here listening to my boring ass, I don't know. It makes me laugh. It's just me. But yeah, thank you. Anybody who made it this far, man. Hats off to you. Because I don't know if I would ever have the patience to listen to somebody else's podcast, one of my friends' podcast. I would do it anyways. I know I would. Just out of the novelty of knowing that somebody I know is making a podcast. But still, man, really appreciate it. Anybody who's still listening, yeah, I guess I should start the wrap up. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do like the last podcast, just like add another 20 minutes onto this bad boy. I think I'll just cut it off at the hour mark. So, anywho, yeah, thank you guys for watching, or maybe I should just say thank you, Guy, for the one singular person who's watching this podcast. For tuning in, appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, you can subscribe if you enjoyed what you've heard so far. If you listen to the other two and you're like, dude, this guy sounds pretty cool, subscribe maybe, ring the bell. That's what they're doing now. So if you want to, get notified every time I post, just smash that bell button, like whatever it was, that bell that has got a crack in it. It's like in Philadelphia or something. Just smash that bell button. just obliterate that like button, just absolutely just crush it, and leave a comment, because I really like comments. I haven't gotten any yet, but I'd like to think that when I do, I'd enjoy it. I like comments, especially when they're from people I know. So yeah, drop a comment if you wouldn't mind. Just anything. Let me know how you're doing. What'd you eat for breakfast this morning? However you're feeling, man. It's all good. All good in the hood. And maybe I'll even answer you, You'll get an answer from the one and only Ricky. But yeah. Anywho, that's the hour. This is Ricky's podcast. Now, that's something I need to add. I should get a theme song. I don't know. I think I'll just make a theme song at some point. So, yeah, coming down the line, have a new theme song to maybe open and close the podcast. Just get it, real hyped up. Something cool, But anywho, yeah. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.